All right, what is up, Utah fans? This is Joseph back with the Utah Utes Football Digest. And for that note, what is up, Utah fans? What is up, Colorado fans? What is up, Pac 12 fans? And what is up, Big 12 fans? Because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of you guys checking out this video. Huge news today, right? Colorado is officially leaving the Pac 12 and heading to the Big 12. This brings on a lot of questions, a lot of concerns, and a lot of just you know, whoa, right? Like just damn, it's really feeling like this might be happening. Today we're going to dive in, we're going to break it all down. We're going to talk about what Colorado leaving means. We're going to talk about what Colorado is right now. Are they as valuable as some people are talking about, or are they less valuable and maybe shouldn't be taken as such a big deal? I mean, we'll talk about it all. We'll break it down, and I hope you guys are excited to work with me. So, outside of that, let's go ahead and dive in. Before we do, please make sure you guys like the video. Also, comment down below before we get started. What do you guys think Colorado leaving the Pac 12 means? What does it mean for Utah? What does it mean for the Big 12? And what does it mean for the Pac 12? And make sure before we dive in, guys, if you're a Utah fan, make sure you subscribe. But even if you're a fan of the Pac 12 or Big 12, make sure you guys subscribe. I'm sure we'll be playing one of your teams soon enough. And I do a full breakdown before every game, pretty detailed. So make sure you check it out. And on that note, let's go ahead and dive in. All right, guys, and I'm going to be asking a lot of questions throughout this video because I think that's really the most important thing going on right now. How do people feel about this, right? I think we have a lot of different opinions, and I want to hear what's going on. A lot of rumors, guys. One that I heard: Oregon and Washington presidents meeting the Big 12 execs tonight to discuss joining the conference. Sure, a lot of you guys know who that rumor is from, and a lot of you guys might think he's a garbage source, but this guy seems to be pretty damn spot on. I know there was a lot of missed calls by this guy, but there is a lot of hits too. So you can't just deflect what he's saying. I don't know, I'm not going to shout him out too much, but if you guys are on Twitter at all for this situation, you guys know the guy I'm talking about. So there's a lot going on. Also, Utah, there's a lot of rumors there. I want to know what you guys think right off the bat. For if you're a Colorado fan or if you're a fan of any of these teams, what is the Big 12 a better opportunity than the Pac 12 right now? I feel like definitely if you're in the Big 12, you're really not worried about the stability of your conference. I'd say if you were going to make me guess, the Big 12 is around in a few years, right? And if you're going to make me guess the Pac 12, I'm not saying it's not around, but definitely a higher percentage chance that the Big 12 is. And I know there's a lot of Utah fans that seem to have a real problem with anyone saying anything about the Pac 12 not being together. I get a lot of hate every time I make a video on this. But I'm just calling it how I see it, guys. There's a lot of bad signs right now. And we're going to dive in. We're going to break it down what Colorado is right now. But the truth is, guys, they nearly sold out their spring football game. You guys can say that's just a random thing, but I'm telling you guys, that is a huge sign of the media attention and the pull that team is going to bring. There's a reason that the Big 12 wanted them, right? They're not going to want the worst team in the Pac 12, which Colorado was last year, but they want Colorado for what they're going to be. But anyways, I mean, I would love to hear what you guys think. What's the next move? Who's leaving next? You know what I mean? Or that's where do you think anyone else is leaving? Let me know in the comments below. And now we're going to dive in and talk about what Colorado is right now. All right, now talking a little more about Colorado, guys. I've seen a lot of people asking, is SDSU over Colorado an upgrade? Probably not, guys. Let's be real. Yeah, SDSU has the San Diego market and the California market, but they're not what Colorado is right now. I mean, Deion Sanders is probably only short term at Colorado if you wanted me to bet. But the truth is, Deion Sanders is going to make Colorado very valuable while he's there, right? Already he's brought in a ton of talent. I'm not saying they're going to go out there and rock the world this year, but they are going to pull in a lot of eyeballs. I would imagine Colorado's opening weeks are going to be some of the most watched opening weeks in the country. People are going to want to know how Colorado does. That's just a given. If you don't believe that, I don't know what you've been watching. Like I said, the spring game was nearly completely sold out, just crazy. So it is sad to be losing them. Now, to be fair, Colorado was also the worst team in the Pac-12 last year. I don't think they're going to have any crazy bounce back. They'll be in my guess, a average to below average team this year with a lot of potential talent heading in to the following year. Um, and by then they'll be in the Big 12. So, I mean, as much as they have been a team that has kind of been the joke of the Pac 12 for the past few years, just an easy win that you just chalk up. I felt like the past couple of years as Utah played them, I didn't really pay that much attention to the game. It was, it's been towards the end of the season both times, and you felt pretty good we were going to win, and both times we won pretty soundly. That's just kind of who Colorado is right now. They're a team that has a ton of talent. They're going to draw a ton of eyeballs, and there's a reason they got that the Big 12 wanted them, and I mean, they're a good piece. Let me touch on more about what Colorado means to the Pac-12. So right now, for media deal reasons, they're a big piece. Until Deion Sanders is gone, losing Colorado is a big deal for the Pac-12. It's not it's not that Colorado is going to be this huge cornerstone forever, but not having Colorado in these media negotiations is going to be rough. And I know there's going to be Utah fans in my comments that are just saying belligerent nonsense. Guys, if you don't believe that to be true, I don't know what you're talking about. Seriously. This might not be the video for you. If you really are watching sports TV and you're watching, what's been going on leading up to this, if you think Colorado being gone, I mean, they're easily one of the top 5 media draws, if not higher than that, in the Pac-12. That doesn't mean they're one of the top 12 or top 5 teams in the Pac-12, but for media, they're probably more like top 3 right now if you exclude USC and UCLA. I'm telling you guys, this is a big deal, and I would say it's not signaling great things. So this is kind of where I'm at when it comes to what's going to happen to the Pac-12. I'd say right now there's a low shot the Pac-12 sticks together. This was a big hit. You guys can say that I'm overreacting. It is what it is. This is a big hit. One of the biggest media draws we have during vital contract negotiation periods. It is out of the Pac-12. That's huge, guys. That really is. The good thing for us is we still have a bunch of big media draws and good teams. And that's Oregon, that's Washington, that's Utah. But I would say, we have a bunch of other schools. We have Stanford, big media draw. We have Cal, they have the California market. I mean, we have a lot of teams that can help us at the negotiating table. But where my mind's at right now with what happens moving forward is, what if we lose one more, right? So if we lose a Utah, like I'm saying we as in Pac-12, but if Utah leaves the Pac-12, I don't care about the Pac-12. No harm to the Pac-12. But if this conference loses Utah, if they lose Washington, if they lose Oregon, if they lose Stanford, I might be leaving somebody out, but I can't think of them off the top of my head. But that would be huge. That would be the end if you were going to have me guess. And I think if Washington or Oregon leaves, the other one goes with them. And I think right now you look at our media draw and it's not looking good. Colorado was actually really good for the media draw, and without them, I'm a little concerned. Um, if anyone else leaves, it's a problem. If you guys could, before we get out of here, please make sure you like the video if you haven't already. Also, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Who is most likely to leave next? And if you do agree with me about one more team leaving, I mean, one significant team. If one of the bottoms, like Washington State, I like Oregon State. They're a great team. Not a big media draw, though. If one of those guys were to leave, it's a bad sign, but it's not over. But if one of those like Big Four in Utah, Stanford, Washington, or Oregon does leave, I think it's over. Let me know what you guys think. Who do you think is the next to go? And if they do go, what do you think happens? Do you think it's over? I'm excited to hear you guys' opinions. Like the video, like I said, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. I'm going to try to keep on top of this as much as we can. Super interesting topic. Definitely a lot of turmoil, but I think at the end of the day, Utah is going to be fine, guys, for the Utah fans out there. We're going to be in a great conference, and I'm sure there's a lot of conferences. As much as some trolls like to act like we don't bring a lot to the table, Utah makes the quality of your conference's football a good notch of. You could add us to any conference, and we are a positive impact on the quality of their football. Even the best conferences there are, we bring them up a good notch. SEC, there's a ton of good teams, but we still bring it up a decent little notch, right? And then Big Ten, they have a few really, really good teams and a bunch of garbage. You add us to the Big Ten, it goes up, the average team level goes up a ton. Big 12, we're one of the best teams in the Big 12 day one. Just remember all that, guys. Utah is going to be just fine. Oregon's going to be just fine. Washington's going to be just fine. And Stanford could probably use a fresh start somewhere. Jeez. All right, outside of that, I'm out of here, guys. Go Utes.